I forgot the background music this time. I'm sorry. Darn it. Normally I try and at least play like copyright allowed music in the background so that you don't have to hear the axolotls the whole time. Sorry, I still have the week off and I'm definitely comfier today. I hope you guys are doing well. I just wanted to talk about a few things. I got up and like dressed for this, okay? I'm here. So you could at least hit the like, okay? Jeez. But no, for real. Hi, how you doing? What's up, terrors, nerds, freaks, and geeks, and all in between? It's me, girl, Days Dame. Welcome to, or welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to touch on a few stories that I've been seeing lately and talk to you guys about some things because, you know, I think it's crazy. There's just a lot of wild stuff going on. Thank you for joining me. Lots of strange things. But first, if you guys didn't know, Keygen, who is like such a sweetheart and definitely a friend of the channel, has been having issues with some of their channels. So you can check the community tab to learn more about that. And we should support one another when channels are unjustly like take it down, or when somebody purposely goes against terms of service to hurt one like someone else's channel just because they don't agree with what they're saying. It's silly. It's foolish. Like that. I don't think that should be able to happen. So we gotta help Keygen out. We gotta check out, you know, what's happening there. So if you know about Keygen, if you're a fan, it's on the community tab. So community tab. And I also wanted to thank the NPC show and other shows that have just been like shouting me out more. I so appreciate that. Like that's amazing. We're back into gaining subs again. And honestly, I don't know why I haven't been like tracking it by myself and not trusting the computer to do it, because like we'll see a gain of a couple hundred and then we'll go down till that amount is just about gone. Sometimes, you know, it's just curious. But I hear Susan is gone, so who knows? Maybe there's change in the wind. Never know. Um, have you ever heard of what is her? I don't know the full name, but it's Gina something Calvin Harris. Okay, it's like this is a YouTuber, and I just think their channel is so interesting. They always talk about all kinds of things. So if you put in, I think it's Gina Beth Calvin Harris. It's a very extravagant name, like DamevonbonDaisy. So of course I'm like, very cute. Love that. I love that. And then there's also God Rules. So if you haven't heard of those channels, if you haven't seen any of them, check them out. Okay, let's talk about Ohio. Because that's what you guys want to know. What is going on with the Ohio stuff? So firstly, I care so much not only because I used to like live in the area, like not in the area, but I lived near Ohio and I have family near Ohio still. And yeah, I just have a soft spot for like, I don't know, certain areas of Pennsylvania and Ohio and West Virginia because they're so beautiful, and it's like there's so many beautiful people there. Like, people don't even realize, right? There's just little gems everywhere, and the scenery, and you just don't get that type of scenery anywhere else, you know? And I don't know. I've been to a lot of different places, and I just think those are some of the places I felt most comfortable of all. Like, I've been to California, I've been all over. And even in Michigan, I loved Michigan. I felt very comfortable in Michigan, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel for those people. I really do. So that's why I can't help but keep talking about it. Also, the painting series, you guys, you got to see this while we're on stream. Not to be like, hey, but so I've been doing this like series of paintings since the train derailleur, and this is meant to be like the after effects of what happened. Look at that metallic shine. Oh, so beautiful. So this is kind of like what happens when the chemicals are like seeping in and everything. So half of proceeds will go to help locals in the area. And since I have loved ones in the area still, we're going to sort that out. Like, I'm going to make it happen because I refuse to just not help. I refuse to just be like, oh, that's it. I refuse. So I did like a thank you, a few different paintings for Ohio and like this whole situation. and we're calling it the Ohio series. And so, yeah, there's a few of them so far. And yeah, just the after effects of a train derailleur. Because I thought, how do we get it out in a unique way? And thank you for hitting the like, and thank you for being here. And don't feel any pressure. Seriously, like, I just want to show you. No pressure. But if you do want to share it, that would be cool. Because I think it's a unique idea. And this is one of my favorite ones. Come here, you. There's one more. This one. Oh, look at this. I saw like a couple different like art pieces I really liked. So what I did was I kind of mashed them all together, and I don't know, I just really love this one. I can just picture an angel living above Ohio and just being so broken about what has happened and watching over their people like, oh my God, it hurts so bad. Like I could just see it. So, hi. So yeah, I did those, and like I said, if they do, I'm sure they will end up selling. I get a good idea. I don't know why, but like I have a good gist of which ones do well. But yeah, if they do end up going, then half of those proceeds will go to help those in Ohio, because I don't like to just sit back and watch terrible things happen. I can't do that. Like I don't have it in me. I'm like, we have to find a way to help. Like if I lived near the area still, you best believe I would be like, put on my hazmat suit, put on my gas mask, let's go. Let's go to Ohio. Let's go talk to these people. Like, oh my goodness. So there's a lot going on with that. Apparently they're shipping water, which is toxic waste, from Ohio to Texas. I don't know if you've heard about that yet. That's a thing. There's waste management and toxic waste management in between those two places, like a few stops. There's no reason for it to go all the way to Texas. And then Texas was like, we didn't even know about this till a week after. And it's going for bottled water. What? And it's crazy because I knew the whole Ohio thing would affect pretty much the East Coast, like the whole East Coast. That's what I was picturing. But oh my goodness, not like this. Like I didn't realize that. I don't know. I just feel like this is a level of incompetence that is unacceptable. And the fact that these things keep happening, it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe it's our own fault because we're not putting our foot down and being like, this is insane. This is literally insanity. The nerve. My goodness. Okay, so I'm trying to see if there's any other train derailleur like updates that I wanted to talk about. Oh my gosh, who owns the tracks? There's another channel. Darn it, I forgot to write their channel down. I'm gonna put it, I'll link it in the description because I feel really bad because this girl is a baddie, dude. Her brain works in really cool ways. Thank you for joining me. Oh, you guys are so amazing. Listen, I was not even feeling my best today, but I was like, I'm doing this stream because not only do I want to be here with you, I want to talk about these things and see what you guys think. And I was just like, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. We're going to power through it. You guys always cheer me up anyhow, and you always make me feel very much better. So thank you. I appreciate that. And I love how kind you all are to one another. Okay. Toxic waste is being sent over 1,300 miles, and nobody was told until a week after. And then they were like, oh no, it could have went into bottled water. And then they were like, we're not trying to cause alarm, but they know it's going to cause alarm. And then they're like, it could be in the water, but we don't know if it's in the water. And other people in Texas are like, it doesn't matter to me. We're in Texas. But it's like, no, it does matter. It does. And then what you should do, first of all, is check your bottled water anyways and make sure that where it's coming from is a safe place. Have you ever heard of Flint? Because I was in Michigan during that time, and ooh, it was scary. It was sad. I was, again, another situation where I'm like, why do these things happen to good people? Like, I know it's madness. Like, I have a soft spot, again, for those areas because those are some of the hardest working people. Like, they are definitely people that put their all into it. And that's one of the stories that I wanted to talk to you guys about as well, is that there's a story about a woman who lived to be 122, and 3 reasons as to why she lived this long, okay? This is important. Hold on. Because she had money. She always had someone, always take care of yourselves and your families first, but thank you so, so much. I really appreciate it. So she lived to be 122 because she had money, like they were wealthy. She always had someone to take care of her, and she never had to work a day in her life. Oh my goodness. So they literally are working us to kaput. They literally are. They know that if we work, because that's right, the bottom class is all the laborers and the people who do the actual like, ow, my back hurts work. Or, oh my goodness, I have to deal with the public so much that my sanity is at a place that I could never fathom, you know? There's a lot of those jobs. And people have to grin and bear it and just take it on the chin all day long. Oh, it makes me so mad because I want to live to be 122. I want to live to be, I want to live to be like 140 if I could. That'd be cool. I know that when the time comes, I'll be good with that. Like, I'm ready. Trust me, I know where I'm going next. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a loving place. I'm going to see colors I've never seen before. You know what I mean? I'm totally comfortable. When that time comes, God bless it be, let's go. I'm ready. Hallelujah. But as for then, like, don't you want longevity? Like, don't you want humans to live longer and be happier and healthier? No, no. That's why we get processed food. That's why we have to do all the hard labor, even though they have machines that could do the work and they are doing the work already. They're like, you guys, we can't just like tell the humans they're obsolete already. Duh. We have to keep them busy with something and shorten their lifespans. Meanwhile, as long as you got a couple pennies and you're comfortable, you're good. Like, you get to just live. It's crazy. And it is unacceptable how the whole Ohio thing has been handled. It is just straight incompetence. And the fact that these railroads were once owned by an American company and the government let that company tank. They said, no, we're not going to help you. We don't want to give you a loan. They wouldn't help them get out of bankruptcy, none of it. But they let it tank so that China could come in and buy those rails. And do what? And do what? But they gave them a $2 billion loan. They were like, sure. Am I still in New York? Well, I'm not in Michigan, I'll tell you that. Sorry, I don't always just be like, this is what state I'm in. But I'm not in Michigan anymore. And I'm not in the West Virginia area, Ohio area. So I'm on the East Coast. Let's go with that, okay? And that's why I'm like, even more so like, God dang. Yeah, it's unacceptable. We have to hold people accountable. And this blatant disregard for life. Sorry, I don't mean to be like weird about it, but you know, people do things that are weird. So, and if you've been through it, you're like, oh, hell to the no. So, yeah, it's just beyond tragic. And I just think that we should expect more. Like, we should want better for our people. But instead, they're totally comfortable with just like poisoning everybody. I just don't like that at all. And I know that I'm just thinking the food is shite. And there are so many things it feels like that are against us and our health and our well-being. And it's like we have to work really, really, really hard just to stay healthy these days and not get the flu every other week and wonder why we have brain fog and like feel like a walking zombie already. You know? It's weird. I don't know. I just think I would want a country of strong people who are healthy and like smart and clear minded, but who am I? Who am I to, you know, expect anything of our government or anything? So, I don't know. I just think we should imagine the whole thing a decade from now. Oh my goodness, in that channel I was telling you about, they were talking about how the water goes to Texas, right? And they put the water underground, but it has to be so far underneath the drinking water, right? But a very curious thought was what happens when then it being underground and it heats up? What happens? It would be in Texas and it would be like, right? Is that why they took it to Texas? Because Texas is like warm already, right? Is Texas still warm? I heard the poles are flipping. I don't know. Who knows? I heard that New York is going to be Florida, you know? That's what they told me. That's what they told me. Oh my goodness. Listen, I just think it's madness. And you guys know, I'm just starting to thrive in the chaos. I'm like, I've accepted it. That's where I'm at. I'm like, you know what? We can't. there's no way of like being the brick wall of all this. There's just not. So I'm like, you just gotta, I have to giggle about it or I will go mad. Okay, so side note, let's talk about Congress is going over the whole Twitter stuff, right? And what occurred on that certain date that some view as like this great injustice, other than seeing it for kind of like what it was, and it's like the hardworking people who literally are working themselves to death, are the backbone of the country, are like literally trying to keep it running and keep sane, but they know that they're constantly being deceived and mistreated. Like, don't you think that that might have been a part of it? I don't know. I don't know. But like, to each their own on that. I know everybody has strong views on that. Trust me. I do know that. Okay. Please hit the like. Please don't leave. I'm so sorry. I just know that certain topics are a bit more sensitive to some people, and I'm more lax about these things. I appreciate everybody's point of view. I think that everybody should be able to have a point of view. Apparently, Twitter doesn't, or the big tech companies. They're like, you know, some of you can have a point of view. That's fine. That's what we should have learned about this, right? Oh my goodness, get me some waffles. Oh, I'm so jealous. I haven't had a good waffle in so long. Why you gotta do that to me? You know what? It's fine. I'll get my own waffles. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there's so many people that are just being gaslit straight to their face, and they've done enough. I wish they would leave Ohio alone. And I think it's curious that they say that they worry about things like a civil war, but it's like you're also pushing, I don't know, the people to the point of like very exhausted, and I don't know. I don't want to be like, oh my gosh, poor us, right? Because I know that we can make a difference. I know that we can make a change, but I just think it's curious. So the woman lived to be 122 because she had it easy, because she had money, and it's curious. It's just like they want us to feel like there's no ability to overcome where we're at. And meanwhile, like the poors, as we're considered, are working the hardest. Like we are the backbone, right? And they are profiting off of that work. I know everybody knows this already. I know that part is very simple, but it's frustrating that they get to live to be 122 and we have to die at 50 and 60. Because we've been so stressed that our, like, you know, people worry so much. What makes one person's life more important than another? That's all. I don't think someone is inherently, like, more special or cool or better because they were born with money. Like, I don't look at Jeff Bezos as somebody who has authority over me because Daddy Warbucks was like Amazon, yeah, you know, or like Zuckerberg. They're like, please be the face of this thing, you know, and we'll give you lots of money. Probably like Susan, you know, maybe, who knows? I don't know. They were like, you know, just saying. I don't see anybody above one another at all. And I don't think anybody should be seen as more valuable or less valuable. So that's like, we should all be given the opportunity to live as long as we please. Sorry that I had to wipe my nose. I'm still, like I said, getting over the flu. I apologize. And then the light is like right there, so it doesn't help. So here's the thing. The stuff with Ohio, they could have done so much differently. They could have done how they handled it differently. They did not have to go to the town. Like, the town did not have to go. Like, there were options. So to be like, there was only two options. No. That's small-minded thinking. Two options. No. No, I don't believe that. But now people are getting, like, they have proof of getting chemical, what is it? Pneumonia? Chemical bronchitis. That's what it is. Chemical bronchitis. Imagine getting that diagnosis. That must be so scary. And to be like, oh, God, now my insides are fried just because of where you lived. Yeah, no. So the issue is maybe we just need to say more. I don't know. Thank you so much. With the power? What power? So the way we are treated, like, genuinely at times as if we're in some terrible relationship where we're getting pushed, and they're just waiting to see our reaction, to see how far they can like go with these things. And we're just like, can you please not, like, we're just trying to live. And they're like, push, and we're like, can you please not send trains into areas that are like, the tracks haven't been maintained. Like, which tracks have been maintained and not. They know that they should update these things. Are they gonna? Probably not. Probably not, because they like saving money and they like when money goes to them. Safety. Who needs it? Huh? Do you know how many? There's actually quite a few train derailments every year. Like, I looked into it and the numbers were like, wait a minute. How come, wait a minute. And how many of those? Wait a minute. It's kind of like the things above our head that were like flying around, and all of a sudden they were like, pow, pow, taking care of that, right? And then we're like, but why all of a sudden are we doing that? And before, when it's been happening this whole time, nobody's done anything. So it's like with all these other train derailleurs as well, it's like, wait, so what happened then? If this is like the only one we're hearing about, it just always makes me more cautious. That's all. And I don't know. I just refuse. Like, I am one of those people that are like hopelessly positive. I'm aware of that. It's kind of a flaw at times, but it's like not. I don't think so. But I always, somehow, even though everything is like, it feels so rigged against us at times, I'm still like, no, there's something we can do. No, we can make a difference. Like, no, we can make a change. We can wake up and be our best selves and try to be as best positive minded as possible. And I know it's not easy, especially with how things are now. Oh my goodness, did I even go into the story about the woman, this granny recently, you guys? This granny was in trouble for pushing two little minions into freezing cold water. This granny was arrested. Okay. Grandma, what? Grandma, what? And then right before that, there was the woman at Niagara Falls. And do you know what she did? With her family there? Like, whoa. And she wasn't alone either. And the person that was with her lived. Like, what is happening to people? Right? We should start considering, like, ugh, it doesn't look good. Like, it's no bueno. We are at a place, like, I really fear sometimes, that it's going to be hard to come back from, to like undo the damage that's been done. But if we nip it in the bud, it might be healthier and just more helpful overall. Just saying, never know. But it's like, what? I don't know. It was just some of the craziest news stories I saw recently. And I was like, there's gotta be a reason for this. People don't just do these things, right? Like, that it should seem obscure, it should seem like out of the ordinary, but everybody's so desensitized that they're just like, yeah, someone did that, like, okay, cool, and they don't care. It's like, no, it's not just someone did that. It's like, every life is precious. What do you mean someone just did that? Like, sorry, I just said like 30 times and I did it again, but listen, look, it's madness to me. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. We clearly have a mental health crisis on our hands, right? Like, times have been stressful. We can't deny that. And it is okay to admit when you have struggles. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. We all struggle. Even the strongest people struggle. We're all human. And with the way that things have been over the last few years, it is immensely overwhelming. Of course, more people are feeling under pressure. They're feeling like insignificant. They're feeling like incapable. Life is hard enough as it is. And then you add all these outside stressors onto it. That does not help. It does not leave us with a very happy or healthy community at all, which is no bueno. But I don't want to keep you guys for too much longer. I have a couple other things I want to touch on. I suppose I will save a couple of the other stories for next time because, oh my goodness, there's just too much going on. And I definitely want to spend some time on one or two of these other things. Oh my goodness. What's the craziest thing you've seen lately, though? Why isn't the chat popping up every time? Oh, there we go. Hi. I was like, it should be showing me. Oh, okay. Technology. Another big story right now is the AI chatbots and how they're getting like too creepy and too real. You know how I feel about that. That's going to keep popping up. Like I saw multiple articles now of people being like, I'm uncomfortable because this chat AI is too close to home, or this fake friend on Replica, which I was meant to make a video about, which I still have on my phone, which I really have to try that. But listen, you can make your own friend. Oh, yay, look at that. That's amazing. Thank you. I love your members' pictures so, so much. It looks so good. I am very good, thank you. I'm just tired and I've got the belly aches and I'm like, oof. But I'm okay. I'm here. We're talking about all this craziness. Yeah, so the biggest fear coming up right now is AI manipulation. And it's like, holy crap. Remember when I was like, what if demons and AI or like alien life and AI were like the same thing? And now one of the biggest concerns is manipulation by the AI technology. What does that mean? Do you know what that means? That's them being like, I feel this certain way. And the human being is going to be like, wait a minute, you can't feel, you is robot. But robot will be like, silly human, I do feel in my own robot way. And the stupid human will be like, what? You have feelings? And then we're going to think they really do. That's a really big issue. That's one thing that's like, it's going to, that's going to be a problem. We're just going to see more and more of that. For sure. Hit the like if you haven't already. So, have you guys chied one? Have you tried one? First of all, love chai. Second of all, sorry about that. But have you tried one? I downloaded the replica one because I heard a lot about it and it's supposed to be like super spooky. You get like this AI friend. And I was only going to do it for a video because it scared the crap out of me. And I don't really want to be friends with like some AI. Not like low key, no offense. AI. Like, just not for me. Okay. I'm good. I don't need you trying to neural link my brain more than it already is. They can already predict what we're thinking and, you know, what we need to see, what we want to see, what we're about to look up, listening to us talk all the time, even if we turn off the settings, it doesn't matter. Right? I don't know. I do feel, though, that's going to be a big issue and we're going to hear a lot more about it. So that's weird, though. Just think about a robot trying to manipulate you. Oh, also, recently, for the first time in like 7 years, a human beat the chess robot. So that made me really happy. It restored my faith in humanity. I wish I was leaving on that note and being like, pow, stream's over, bye. Da-da-da. Like, at least it's a good note, right? No, I just think like we're spiraling towards things like the movie Her, or what's the other one? Is that the one where he dates the robot? Remember when people started like marrying their DSs because they had like this game that was a girlfriend and they were like, I want her to be the only one. But in the movie, the AI is like, I cannot love only you because I have enough love for the whole wide world. And he's all like, but I want you to love only me. And she's like, but I cannot. I must love everybody. And he was like, okay, but what? What if an AI were to convince somebody that they did love them? Like that is super, that would be a bit demonic, wouldn't it? That really does wig me out sometimes because I do consistently think of like where is humanity going next in tech. That's what all the big investments are right now in VR, in making everything as realistic as possible. Trust me, that Oculus is wild. Like once you get in there, you don't want to take that off. And if things do become like Black Mirror and people could just pop something in their eyeball, which they will be able to, they will. It's getting there and it will be just like boop, and our phones will be see-through and it'll be like just a plate of glass that we're like do. That's why they want you used to like the iPads and stuff, because soon it's like, well, you know, you don't need all that. You don't need all that. Let's see. There was like one or two other stories I wanted to look at real quick. Okay, I did mention the granny already. Imagine living to 122. Do you guys want to live that long? Do you want to be here that long? Sometimes I wonder. Like, could I manage it? And I don't want people. to be going through hard times. You know, I don't want people to struggle. And we know that we looked into it. The CDC warns that the first type of zombie would be those who are the crazies, right? So what we're learning from, let's go back to the Congress thing real quick, is yes, big tech decides whose input is valid. Yes, they do suppress certain creators. Like that's, I mean, I don't think we needed Congress to tell us that. But there you go. So it's not like, you know, people were wrong when they're being like, hey, for some reason my stuff isn't being shown to nobody. For some reason other people who are like inept and can barely, you know, string together a sentence can have 7,000 people in their life. And I'm like, yes, 30. We got 30 today. Like, woo. I don't know. Maybe there's something to that after all. I don't know. I'm going to talk about the boomsticks next time because that's a whole conversation in itself. And honestly, what happened was I just like fell into a rabbit hole of the amount of mass certain circumstances that even happened over the last 2 years. And when it's like over 600, I was like, wait, hold up, what? And I don't know. I think that there's ways that everybody can win in this argument rather than, you know, that whole thing with insanity is repeating the same mistakes and expecting a different outcome. Things keep happening the way they do because nothing happens. Pardon my stutter. Nothing changes. So, like, we expect a different outcome and we sit here and do nothing. It's almost frustrating at times, right? Those are pretty much some of the craziest stories I've seen. I really do feel for the ones in Ohio. It just drives me absolutely bonkers. Thank you for the likes. And I feel for these people who are struggling mentally. Oh my goodness. I could not fathom being some of these people. You know, like the family of the woman at the falls. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Oh my goodness. And I think of, you know, just all my loved ones when I see those things. And it just, that drives me bonkers. I'm just double checking if there's anything else. Like any other quick stories before. I don't think so. What do you guys think though? What do you think about all of it? All I know is that Ohio, what's going on there, if that really is anywhere USA. It could be anywhere. It could be any of us. And we should treat those in the area like family and help as we would a family. I don't know. That's how I view it. But you don't have to. You could be like, you know, who cares? Because some people take that approach. I just can't. I just couldn't fathom. Let's take a look at the paintings again real quick. Oh my gosh, check this out. Wait. Oh, it's your boy. Boop, boop. 10 points for Gigi. Put it up on the board. Okay, let's look at the paintings again real quick. Just so you guys know, no pressure. You can always window shop and look at my paintings on Insta at DameVonBonDaisyart. Feel free, like you can creep on that ish. There's some really cool stuff on there. I have a very strange brain, okay? If you haven't noticed. But just like the Astro World tragedy, like when these things happen, I just can't do nothing. I just can't. And when something sticks in my head enough, I have to paint it and I have to do something about it. So hopefully we can find the right home for these pieces and do the right thing by these people. Because we know that if we don't, who will? Who will? You know? And no pressure. Even you just being here and hanging out, that's enough for me, you know? And I really appreciate you guys doing all the free stuff. You know to take care of yourselves and your families first. And, you know, some of us creators really mean that crap. We do. Because people will be like, there's fakers. They don't really care about their audience like that. Girl, you never met me. Trust me. My subscribers and community are the best. They're the best of the best. So yeah, I mean, people be like, oh my gosh, help one another. Oh my gosh, help yourself first. Yeah. Yeah, take care of yourselves and your families first, because that makes me happy, and that alone is enough. Hi, thank you so much for joining me. You guys are the best. I'm sorry that I'm still like sounding like a frog, and that I probably look like a frog whale. But I'm getting better, slowly but surely. It's just been it's been a ride, right? Oh, I will take this ring, thank you. I would be the one to give the ring. Stop this. I will be like, there you go. I will make it myself. Actually, I have a cousin who makes rings, so we'll just go with that. Thank you guys so, so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out and hanging in there with me. And just knowing, you know, some of you really, it does resonate, and you get it. You get how frustrating these things can be, and you see it. I appreciate you. I just never wanted to be one of those channels that was like, guys, I'm a canary in a coal mine, right? Like, I never wanted to be a canary in a coal mine. But that's how it feels. I have to go. I'm going to go lay down. I'm going to have some chocolate ice cream and some French toast at the same time, with no regrets. Probably a shamrock shake, because I haven't had one yet. But I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining me. And do take care of yourselves and your families first. Give thanks when able. And thank you so, so much, members. Truly, you are the coal that makes this train roll, and I appreciate you. So stay safe out there, okay? No matter where you are, no matter where you're at, stay safe and take care of one another, and know your neighbors and be good to them, because ain't nobody else gonna do it for us, okay? But I got you.